Alright guys, welcome to another edition of the Anything Wrestling Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are back here today with another episode. We have the Shant and the Kamish. You okay? Are you coming down with something?
No, I'm retaking my bit back since somebody was not granted proper permission. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Kamish, and I will be the advocate of this podcast and further podcasts after.
Let it also be mentioned that this episode is also brought to you by the WWE Network, where you can catch all your favorite WWE programming for a low, non-negotiable, but very reasonable price of only $9.99.
Not $1,000?
It's not $10,
but $9.99.
Anywho, we are here today to preview. Finally, we have the name down, unlike last time. WWE Super Show-Down.
Aussie. What? It's in Australia. I'm paying a tribute.
Sorry, it just kind of caught me out of left field like Roman Superman punch.
Oh, Roman, your will forever be a staple on this show. Why we just...
Anyone but you, Roman.
Anyone but you.
Oh, that storyline sucked. Anyway, yeah, like I said, we are here to preview. Now here's the thing. I don't know fully if Super Showdown is going to be just like Greatest Royal Rumble, where no title is going to change hands. Who knows? The title might change hands. I do not know. But anyway,
I can say at least the women's championship won't change, because that would have an effect later on in the month for Evolution. So I would say that may be the one title that doesn't change. Otherwise, if there is matches that involve someone having a title, maybe not change.
Probably.
You never know. Let's go to the breakdown. So, granted, this is the final lineup of the matches. It's not
for now
in stone whether they're going to add something or they're going to change the rotation of it, whatever. We're starting with your girl, Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Live Women's Champion.
The Baxter.
Versus the 8-time former?
Yes.
Former 8-time Women's Champion.
8-time. That's already half of Ric Flair.
Charlotte Flair. Or as she tries to go sometimes, just by Charlotte. But we all know. Brief history about their rivalry already, since it's kind of technically SummerSlam was the birth of it.
Yeah.
We're not counting their friendship. Who cares? On screen, off screen, whatever you want to do with it, whatever. But I like where it's been going lately. You know, Becky is finally getting what she deserves. She got her championship back. She is, she's there to kick ass. She's just there to do her job, do the best she can. She cuts possibly the greatest promos I think I've ever seen in a women's wrestler or superstar in a while now. Like, better than Trish Stratus ever did, better than Lita, better than the Bellas, whether Nikki or Brie had the belt.
I wish you died in the womb.
If you haven't seen that YouTube video...
No, we're not going to be advocating YouTube here. What's wrong with you? You can catch this horrendous rivalry back on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable but very reasonable price of only $9.99. When you were talking about her cutting the promos, I thought of Jake Roberts, where he's very contained, doesn't have to yell. He just says his piece. He gets it through to his opponent. She's been more or less that, where she doesn't have to yell. She doesn't have to come up into your face and scream her promo at you. She's from afar. She's right here, and she's just talking to you very normally, and she's getting the point across to you.
Well, you could say it's Jake the Snake Roberts-esque. I kind of like to give it a cross mix between that and The Undertaker, because even like the last few years when The Undertaker cuts a promo, he doesn't have to yell either. Yeah. He just gives you that cold, like, empowering delivery of like, hey, I'm gonna kick your ass, plain and simple. And I think lately with what's going on with these two, it just seems appropriate that it's like she's getting the better of the two. Yeah. Granted that Charlotte's still trying to play the role of the victim, when the reality is it's like it's her time now. Granted, you wanted her to like shake your hand, or you wanted Becky to like give you the respect you deserve. No, you dissed her in SummerSlam. Well, let's be honest. That whole little, hey, yeah, I won my belt, yay, you know, I got it from Carmella. It's not your time yet. No, I didn't buy any of that. That's why Becky did what she did. And I like where they're going with this. And if they continue it to go further, I mean, they're not scheduled to face each other at Evolution, are they?
Well, they did say that at Evolution, every single title will be defended. So whether Becky is champion, whether Charlotte is champion, till then, that title is being defended. And right now, it seems like these two are at the forefront of fighting for that title. So maybe, which I was going to say, one thing that I am afraid of is exploitation of the match. Because you already have them faced off at Hell in a Cell. You're going to have them face off at Super Showdown. You might have them face off again at Evolution. Which I don't know if that will be the conclusive end to the rivalry. I hope it's not, because they've been doing a good job, you know, thus far.
Well, I mean, do rivalries really need to end after 3 pay-per-views or after 3 big matches? No. I mean, you've had rivalries that other wrestlers have had for longer than just 3 pay-per-views. Like, take Undertaker and Mankind. Years worth of matches.
Yeah, but let's think back. Attitude Era had a beautiful way of, you know, writing everything out. In today's WWE booking committee, it's either the 50-50 booking, or it's, you know, they sometimes will just, dead in the middle of the rivalry, will just go on to something else.
But here's the thing, though. That persists, yes, right now, but it hasn't really been seen that way on SmackDown.
On SmackDown, yep.
Raw is a different entity of itself, where it seems like, okay, we're done. Or we're
Sasha
just going to... Yeah. Oh, man, I have my feelings for that. But, you know, we see where it's going. With SmackDown, it seems like they have everything going great for them in every single category,
yes.
Whether it's women's division, men's division, championship, the world championship, tag championships. They have everything going right. I think the women's SmackDown championship is their, like, number one.
It's the most relevant that it's ever been.
It's way past AJ title
yes.
reign. And I love AJ Styles, but to just write it off after 50-50, no. I think this needs to go however you can. Yeah, maybe throw in a couple dings their way. Like, maybe give Becky opponents that she knows she can take down. And make Charlotte have to work her ass off for it again. I mean, we saw what happened to Carmella. She went from wanting that title so bad after she lost it to now siding with R-Truth.
What's up?
I mean, they're I'm not gonna lie. I think their pairing is great.
Great.
It helps R-Truth, even though he's kind of like put himself down as a low tier card performer nowadays.
Well, I've said it before. If back in 2011, if the WWE continued with that, like, psycho gimmick that he had going, because he was doing great with that. Yeah. I thought that was awesome stuff, and then he just kind of.
Like, he was doing great as a heel. No,
which was not
absolutely. It's bad writing, bad booking as well. But how do you see this match going down, Charlotte and Becky?
Honestly,
would you consider this round 2 officially, since it's just them two, or like round 3?
See, again, I don't know where Super Showdown stands. Are we going with no title changing hands? Are we going with it's just a show for the viewers in the country? You know, I don't know.
Let's do both. Let's start. Let's say if it is a championship match.
If this is a genuine championship match, because see, it's like having Becky win again, it's like the feud kind of goes nowhere. And if Charlotte wins, it's like, okay, we're back to where we started. So I think last time we kind of alluded to this, the whole no contest type of deal, or like controversy type of deal, or shenanigans, I think is the word that we're looking for. Shenanigans. Right now, I think it's just a one-on-one match straight up. There's no like street fight or any implications or anything like that. But in my opinion, I think you need to write this out until TLC of this year. If you can have these two square off in a TLC match, you know, where the title is hanging and you have the tables, the ladders, the chairs, the stairs, the everything, these two could put on the match of the year, maybe even, you know, with where they're going. So
that's if it's on the line.
That's if it's on the line.
If it's not, then
if it's not,
does it matter who wins for you at this point?
Well, no, because then again, Raw is notorious and SmackDown is kind of notorious for showing highlights all the way throughout the show, and they'll be throwing that. Oh, by the way, Charlotte won at Super Showdown last night, and it's like, okay, but where are we going with that? It would be kind of weird to say, like, let's say if Charlotte or Becky won, the next night on SmackDown, it's like, okay, that happened. Now let's go back to what we were doing, kind of like the whole side type of thing. So I don't know. That's where, like even Crown Jewel now, the other pay-per-view that they're doing in Saudi, it's like, where are we going with this again?
I already have my feelings about one match in Crown Jewel. I really would not want to talk about it. But let's just say, this is how I would see it. If the title is on the line.
It is.
No, I'm talking about Becky and Charlotte. Not that match. No, I don't want to talk about that one. Becky and Charlotte. If it's on the line, let Becky should have the victory.
Okay. Clean?
But, yeah. No, actually, no.
Well,
let's make it a dirty
so
victory. Or just however she could win it. It doesn't matter. She wins this, and then maybe you have Charlotte kind of like fully accept a heel role at that point. Like have Becky, celebrate her victory, and then just like have Charlotte do something.
Snap.
Yeah. That would carry it past Evolution, hopefully past Survivor Series if it can, to TLC. Because if it goes on that far, I think honestly for the women's division, for both brands, for the women's entire roster completely of the WWE, they would perform the best match in women's history.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, granted that Trish and Lita have always given amazing matches their
Steve
own.
Austin and The Rock of the women's division is how they're usually perceived.
But imagine these two. It's like you have Becky who's riding this like badass Stone Cold gimmick that people
She's been dubbed that by WWE legends themselves. So.
Exactly. And it's like to have her go up that high. And then, of course, you have the Prestige, the daughter of the famous Ric Flair, finally snap and accept the full heel role. It would be a really great match to end the year.
Yeah.
If it's non-title, I don't care. They either one, or it could be a no contest if it's a non-title. Kick each other's ass all you want.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Anyway, we'll see how things go, but yeah, it just sucks that we can't really give like a definitive like who we want to win because we don't know which way this pay-per-view is going. So
Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics. Good women's tag match, to carry the show. I get where we're going with this women's division. I like seeing Asuka back. I really do. It's been a while.
I do too, and see exactly. I've said this before: is that when you build her name off of the streak, once the streak was gone, so was Asuka.
And that's not fair, and that's what sucks because it's like she had the streak going from NXT to the main roster.
Yeah.
She won the first Women's Royal Rumble,
and then was interrupted by.
Yeah, and then you go to WrestleMania and she loses her championship,
which was interrupted by Cena. They can't catch a break.
It's like you don't want to give someone who's doing so well a chance to like thrive on that because you have to introduce Ronda Rousey, or you have to have Mr. You can't see him wherever the fuck he is doing Bumblebee or whatever. Interrupt because he needs to get his ass kicked by the Undertaker, which by the way was the greatest 2-3-minute match of your life that he beat the shit out of you, John. Thank you, Undertaker, for that. But it's like Asuka can't catch a break.
No, the entire women's division can't catch a break.
But mostly her because it seemed like it was riding on her to go somewhere with it. And then all of a sudden, we're taking your title away. Now you're gonna wrestle in a weird match that Ellsworth kind of made ridiculous and tried to bust Enzo. And we all know Enzo does belong behind bars nowadays, but that's here nor there. That's here nor there. But you know what I mean? It's like you write her off, now you bring her back. She's in the mixed Max Challenge. She came back on SmackDown recently, so it's like, okay, we're bringing somebody good back. And to team her up with Naomi versus the Iconics, I mean, how do you feel this match going?
Honestly, the whole slapping two individual superstars together as a team all of a sudden I was never a fan of that. Like, you look at Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, who just got slapped together because, hey, we got
Such
nothing.
a weird
for
pairing.
See, exactly. It doesn't fit in the least. The Iconics, they have their microphone time religiously each and every week, which is cool. Like, they know who they are, they know what they are, their gimmick is set, and they've been together since day one. And like that weird segment. I mean, here's the thing: is that we praise SmackDown. Is it the perfect show? No. There's always some improvements that can always happen.
It's the better show, though.
It is the better show, bar none. But like that segment that Naomi and Asuka had, I was like, okay, like for humorous reasons, I can get it, but it was just so weird. The whole teriyaki thing.
I think it sometimes, like, with the writing, it's like, maybe we can make this work in this way. It's not racist in any way, or it's not as judgy as it should be, but it's like they don't really think things through when they first get an idea. That's just what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
With certain ideas. Obviously, other ideas are like, all right, this is going to knock out of the park. This is going to work great. Whatever.
Yeah.
This match, though,
It's filler,
yeah, it's to get the show going.
unfortunately.
You want to go? Keep going?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Another SmackDown match. The New Day, the current tag team, the 5-time tag team.
WWE.
Tag team champions.
It's not World Tag Team Champions.
No, just tag team. Versus Cesaro and
Sheamus.
I think they've earned their time
100%.
in the tag team division to finally get a championship match. Again, I love Sheamus. I've always been a fan of his. Cesaro as well.
Man.
I think when they got together for a while now, like, they've always been a good tag team. Like, individually, yeah, they're good. Together, they're great. That's I think a pairing that works.
Again, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I just said the opposite. I just said the opposite 2 minutes ago. But when Sheamus and Cesaro got slapped together, it was kind of like this. Okay, we beat the shit out of each other 7 times, but there's a little bit of respect there. Let's just go with it. And at first, there was a tag team of like they're not really on the same page, but then they're dressing alike, they're thinking alike, and they got their own moves. So you slap those two together, it's like, you know what? No, these two with the Hardy Boys, with the Shield, have been able to put on great tag team matches and performances. Mm-hmm. Okay, for selfish reasons, I'm hoping that Cesaro maybe, this is like my 4th time saying this, maybe wins the 2019 Royal Rumble because a push has been very long overdue. I'm talking like when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, that was his opportunity to kind of take that singles.
To start riding on
Yeah.
like a wave of like opportunity and success.
Singles run, yeah. But sometime later he gets slapped with Sheamus, which is not a slap in the face because Sheamus is great. But no, yeah, I think that these two are great as a tag team. Honestly, there were a couple times where I'm like, okay, they're gonna break up, but no, they kept it through and through. And the New Day, man, like when you say tag team now, I automatically think of New Day because they got the gimmick, the music, the promos, everything.
And this is something they've had to work on for years.
And even though at first they were kind of gonna be like, yeah, just here, go do this, and they made something out of it. Where I don't even think they get scripts for their own promos.
No, I think they cut their own promos. They write everything,
which is saying something.
Yeah.
Because in an era where even Steve Austin has gone on record of saying the problem with today's era is that everything is heavily scripted.
Which sucks because it's like you don't give a superstar the ability to branch out on their own. Yeah. But now that it's like, I think these three together have started something where it's like, okay, I cut my own promos. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I know how to sell it. And then obviously off of that, I'm making my own brand. We're making the New Day brand be its own thing. And of course, what they've done in their career as far as, the whole video game thing, up, up, down, down.
Oh man, that's great.
That was their own thing. They never allowed, the WWE to be like, oh, hey, no. Leave us alone. Let us do this. We got this.
You can catch this Table of 3 episode with Xavier Woods, Zack Ryder, and Matt Hardy only on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable, very reasonable price of only $9.99. Yeah, in that very episode of Table for 3, Xavier Woods goes on record of talking about that, of how WWE tried to stick their nose into it and go, oh, maybe we're going to do... Xavier was like, no, if you were not there since day one when we were launching this thing, you do not have any say in it. It is completely our thing.
And that's what they've done together as this tag team, where it's like, okay, yeah, you write some things for us, but honestly...
Our way or the highway.
Yeah. And it works so well for them. And I mean... Granted, yeah, you either have like Xavier Woods and Kofi fight, or you have Big E and like X do the match. Whoever wrestles the match, it doesn't matter. This is something new when it comes to tag teaming. To me, I've loved it ever since it started with these three, and it's given hope for like teams that, because tag teams nowadays. It's kind of dwindled, or it's something where it's like we don't get the greatest out of it, or for one moment it's the greatest thing ever and then we never see it again.
Yeah.
Because we have to have you guys just always be singles competitors. It's like, really?
And get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. And it's such a big shuffle on top of that.
Man.
But any prediction? Who would you want to win? I say, and this is just me saying it for you, because you want Cesaro to get his push, I think they have to lose.
Well, keep in mind,
Day retain.
We still got about 4 more months into the Rumble, so you could maybe do something until roughly about the end of the year, and then have Cesaro just at the beginning of the year, or just branch out, go and do his thing at the Rumble. This is very hypothetical. Yeah. Because it's like, if they break up now, yes, Sheamus and Cesaro could feud.
Again.
But the last time that match that they had was very WrestleMania quality like. So, they
know how to perform.
They do. I think just the right opportunity needs to be given. I don't know where to go with this one.
I'm just gonna say New Day. Let them retain. Let them enjoy their run right now, because it seems like it's working for them.
I think you can start building a little crack into the Cesaro and Sheamus thing. Just have like these little nudges of like, oh, they're kind of not getting along. What's gonna happen?
Because unfortunately, we already have another tag team that kind of dwindled away due to, I think maybe they want, or one of the two wants to go back to being a singles card. Come on, what day is it?
The New Day?
No, Rusev Day.
I thought it was canceled.
You never cancel Rusev Day.
Like I said before, like they cancel half the pushes on the roster.
Oh, man.
But hey, at least they're doing something with it.
And that's what I like. And I think if this happens with these two, we can start rolling that snowball as well. But again, we'll find out in October.
We will find out. Yes, we will.
This match...
What?
It's not. I'm not like bad about it. It's just I'm not as adverse with this person, Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy.
Here's the thing: I have not been watching 205 Live,
even though a lot of people are giving great reviews about it.
Hey, that's what I was going to say. So it seems like now Triple H has creative control of 205 Live. And I've been seeing that they kind of step away from the cruiserweight action in the ring, and now they have the promos and the storytelling and the attack from behind and whatnot. Yeah, I really can't say a whole lot. I can say that these guys can wrestle.
They put on a show. They really do.
Especially Mustafa Ali. Because I'll go back and I'll see the craziest moves of 2018. And 2/3 of it is Mustafa Ali just flipping in the ring, flipping out of the ring, on the barricade, outside, on the stage. I'm like, holy
It's kind of like he's a hybrid of Kofi and John Morrison with the high flying, with the high flying aerial assault attack moves that he has. And it's like, okay, these cruiserweights they're reminding us of a good time where cruiserweight, had a good division of wrestlers. Nowadays it's like either you're the average 6 foot, almost 7 foot guy, and that's all you are. If you're anything under that, or even at like 5'3", 5'5", maybe you'll put on a show, maybe you won't. I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I give all the credit in the world to Cedric Alexander for being the champion that he's been for a while. He's had that title for a good while.
Oh, yeah, a good while.
And it just sucks. Like, I wish I would give my attention more to 205. There's so much going on with, like, Raw and SmackDown and NXT and 205. It's like, okay, how do I split off, all the attention? I mean, I wish there was a network I can really, give myself the attention to all 4 of these shows. I mean, where can I find this?
I don't know if you've heard, but there's this thing called the WWE Network where you can catch all your favorite WWE programming for a non-negotiable, very reasonable price of only $9.99.
$9.99?
It's not $10.
It's not $1,000.
Not $1 million. $9.99. $9.99.
But you know what I mean? It's like you have so much going on with everything that it's kind of hard to focus on everybody. Another continuation of this rivalry for SmackDown. It seems like so far it's just been nothing but SmackDown matches.
For good reason.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. Now, we've already seen the controversy in the last couple months with Samoa doing this great promo of, being an a-hole and trying to interfere with AJ's personal life. We've seen AJ slowly start snapping out of his normal regimen of being the phenomenal one to slowly becoming the psychotic one, in my personal opinion. Let's just go into it with you guys went into it on Hell in a Cell, the Hell in a Cell episode of the podcast, and I didn't get to give my take on that. So this is what I am taking from that to now. The controversial ending of the tap out, as light as it was.
I think we all saw it
coming. It's still build up. And to me, it's like, okay, you're giving them another pay-per-view to just go crazy on each other and almost kill each other, whatever. They do give a good match. I'm not going to say they don't. But to me, it's like, I've seen this rivalry before. I've seen these two at, what is it, Impact? Or TNA, wherever they were back in the day?
I know they did Impact. I know they did New Japan. Did they do New Japan?
No. I know they were both in New Japan at one point. But they did do Impact.
They wrestled all around the world, basically.
Yeah. And honestly, it's like, whatever direction you guys are going with this, it's good. But to me, it's kind of getting exhausting. I like the story because it kind of reminds me of Randy Orton trying to interfere in Triple H's personal life back in the day.
Yeah, but tuned down.
Yeah,
and not
that's
as
the
entertaining.
So it gives the reminder, but it doesn't have the same flavor.
I really haven't been able to really tune into it, just because I'm like, oh, it's them again.
So to you, it's filler with these two.
Kinda, yeah, because the matches have not exactly been top notch. Which is very hurtful to say because AJ is great. I don't ever remember this guy having a bad match. Samoa Joe was gone for a bit. Now he's back, which is fine because I really like Samoa Joe, but their matches I've been like, okay.
I think maybe it's because it's like they know each other so well, so they're fully aware of what they're gonna do to each other.
Possibly.
And because of that, it's like the fans that have seen it, it's like, oh, there's nothing you guys can't do that won't really surprise me. And granted, AJ has gone on record of saying, I always try to find a way to end every match that I have differently.
Which he does, because it could be a calf crusher, it could be a Styles Clash, it could be a phenomenal form, it could be just a roll-up. But that's what I love about AJ is that you are almost guaranteed to get something new. It's not going to be a spear, 1, 2, 3. Spear, 1, 2, 3. Spear, 1, 2, 3.
That's not a knock on anybody, not at all.
Come on, don't hold back.
Oh, Roman, you idiot. But that's my thing. With these two, it's just like.
Because if you recall, the AJ and Shinsuke rivalry, which had a match at Greatest Royal Rumble, ended in a no contest.
And then what? We were done with this rivalry at that point.
There was like two more matches, I think, and then we were done.
With these two,
so I feel like if this does become a pay-per-view like that, where it's no title changes hands, we could see something very similar.
Would you like to see the title finally change? To go into Samoa Joe's hands?
I don't want to see this feud anymore at all.
But let's say if the title's on the line, would you want Samoa Joe to finally get it?
See, that's hard now because AJ has had this very long and very prestigious title reign. And I'm like, if you're going to take it away, it has to be, no offense, Joe, in a very high-stakes profile match.
As much as they've tried to build this up, this rivalry is high stakes, it's not. So exactly. I think that's what the takeaway for you is. To me, it's the same thing. It's like you're not doing much with it. Like, yeah, I get where you're going with the whole, like, invading your family type BS. But it's really just like, just end this.
So you can imagine, like, you're on this feud where everything is just very stable, and then all of a sudden there's this title change. It's like you go from really almost nothing to...
Bam, wait, what?
Jinder Mahal.
That threw people off.
That was stupid. The guy didn't even have a shirt. Like, yeah, he's champion. Wait a second. Where's the merchandise? He's got no merchandise. Well, then get to work on the logo.
Give him something. Give the man something, yo.
Not a knock on Jinder, because I've said it before. All you got to do is put a U.S. or Intercontinental title on him and let him run with it. Build his gimmick. Become the modern-day Maharaja, the foreign wrestler from India, because you can get something out of that.
Give him the U.S. title.
But see, they did, but then they didn't do anything with it. Shocker, right?
I think this time you can give it back to him. But yeah, I can care. I'm sorry, I could care less for this match.
Moving on.
A Raw match. A Raw women's match. I'm sorry.
Bathroom break.
It is not your girl, Alexa Bliss. If she's still on injury, we hope she does get better soon. Come back. Please come back. For my sake, for Sean's sake.
Especially for my sake.
But we have the Riot Squad.
Yay.
Going up against the Bella Twins and their choice of their third partner, Ronda Rousey. I'm not even going to say her name. Not like her full given name that she self-proclaimed because she's always been a fan of.
No, you know what? No. You don't got to call her Ronda Rousey.
Mouse rat?
Raccoon.
Mouse rat. Mouse rat, raccoon, whatever. Look, I just want to go on record of saying this. I'm not against any woman wrestler ever. I'm glad that Ronda Rousey's in the WWE. Come on, let's just separate.
I lost them.
How we feel as her character. Let's just as a woman in the business.
You want to talk her character?
No, come on. Like, I'm trying to be serious about this. Like,
I'm being serious too.
No gimmicks. Like, let me just say this. She's in where she wants to be. Cool. She's working for one of the best companies ever. Fine. Cool. I just don't like her right now. I have no respect for her. Yes, I had respect for her. I liked her in UFC. But then she got cocky and she got her ass kicked twice, which was the most humbling, happiest day for me when that happened to her, which made her move to the WWE. But come on, guys, you gave her such a quick push. Way undeserving of it, if I can be dead honest. So the reason why I feel this way about Mouse Rat. One, why? I'm sorry, Dan. Why are you doing your makeup like that? Where you look like a freaking backyard animal that's digging in the trash.
Was that like a SummerSlam vibe going? Because Becky Lynch did the same thing where she had the makeup like this.
Here's the thing, though. With Becky, she makes it look good. I can look at Becky in the face and be like, yes, you are gorgeous. Ronda, why aren't you in a dumpster looking for trash?
Especially when she does the whole beady eye thing.
Oh, God. I'm sorry that this is a knock on Ronda Rousey, but it has to be done.
Okay,
It has to be said.
you want to talk seriously. Let's take the Shant gimmick off. This is just Sean talking right now.
Because I took away the commish gimmick, so now it's your turn.
Well, you got to put that shit back on.
Oh, it is now.
Okay, I think that from the get-go, it was just booked wrong. We just alluded to it about 15 minutes ago. When Asuka is dead in the middle of her celebration of the first ever Royal Rumble, whose idea was it of, yeah, we'll just bring Ronda Rousey just
Like
casually.
right now.
Like casually.
Like, let's not give Asuka her 15 minutes of glory. Let's not have her have that for more than 30 seconds. It's just, she wins it, she's happy. All of a sudden, you hear that stupid song by Joan Jett play, and you're like, what the fuck? No, why now? Right?
Why ever? And especially it's like her gimmick is basically just ripping off Roddy Piper. The logo, the black jacket, the kilt, the everything.
The whole thing of like, you don't care what people say about you, you don't care.
And the one thing that just pisses me off above all else is the fact that you look at pay-per-views like SummerSlam, where, my God, if you spend time building Sasha and Bayley, could have had a match of the night candidate. Those two were not even on the card. Like, not even pre-show, not even opener match, not even filler. Not there at all. And lo and behold, Raccoon.
This is Sean not being podcast Sean. This is Sean.
I think I tried to take off the Shant gimmick, but it was like Roman.
No,
like,
I think it's still there.
It's yeah.
The gimmick's still there, but it's not, because this is your true feelings both on and off podcast. And I get where you're going. I understand, because, again, we've discussed this on and off air. I feel the same way. She never deserved her push so early. She didn't really work for what was given to her. The Raw Championship, I'm sorry, was given to her. As much as, like, off air, Alexa is, like, the nicest, most humble person in the world, I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure, deep inside her, she's like, I do not like that I'm working with her. I do not like that my belt was taken away. It's total bullshit. And I hope inside her as well, she's like, why do I have a limousine driver with me at ringside? Why do I have an old mother with me at ringside as well? Why can't I just come out here alone and kick her ass?
For God's sakes, I said it before, get rid of everybody around ringside. With all due respect, you're beating a dead horse at this point, really. Like, Alicia Fox, bless your soul, you've been with the WWE since God knows when.
You need to leave already.
You know.
I thought she was getting fired. There was a rumor she was, and all of a sudden she's still here now.
But I mean, going back to Ronda for a second, it's like...
And eventually you got to go back to the 6-girl tag match.
Hey, I have feelings.
Granted your feelings.
Because, okay, you and I come from a world where we're looking at these women wrestlers who are wrestling, they say it all the time, 300 days out of the year, they are out away from families, trying to put on a performance, earn their reputation. And all of a sudden, it's like this newcomer comes in, Ronda Rousey, and yeah, we're going to give her everything that half the locker room has worked years for, has not received, and she just waltz on in through the door, horrendously pointing at a WrestleMania sign.
Yeah, you can see her point at it, by the way.
What?
The jacket covers her fingers.
Stupid.
I don't know if you ever caught that.
No, I caught it all.
I get barely.
I caught too much of it.
But I get it. You're bugged with the fact that she cut the line.
Just get out already. Like, go back to...
She's not going to go back to where she got humbled. She's not going back to...
Well, someone better humble her ass in WWE.
But anyways, this 6-women tag match from Raw, I mean, you got the Riot Squad, who's finally reunited. You know, they've been looking really good as the heels of the women's division and for Raw.
I love Ruby Riott. She's
awesome.
She's awesome. Sarah Logan and did I say that right? Sarah Logan
I thought it
and
was
Liv Morgan.
Yeah. I thought it was Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
Too many Ogans.
Only one Hogan.
Why is he not in the WWE game? I don't get it. He was reinstated. Now I gotta go and download his CAW again.
Okay, but granted, the Riot Squad.
And the belt ones, it's like, Brie, why don't you just stay on SmackDown? Why are you on Raw?
Because she has to be where Nikki is.
Why? Nikki, go back to wherever you came from.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but it just... The fact that she thinks that she's humble and she's... Nikki.
Oh, Nikki still... Everybody knows Nikki still thinks she's the better sister.
Brie is humble.
Of course she is.
I am
She's
throwing
always been.
that out there.
I think Brie has always thought of herself as the humble of the two.
But she is.
Because she is. I never said she wasn't. I've always said that she is the humble of the two.
Where were you a couple months ago?
But, okay. Let's focus back on the match. Personal feelings now aside. This match is a filler for sure.
But we know who's winning. It's beyond obvious.
Team Bella?
It's Roman Reigns obvious.
Team Bella for sure.
No, Team Raccoon.
Oh, God. Okay.
No, the Bella Twins now is secondary.
Wow.
The Raccoon. No, it is.
So Mouse Rat gets first
Raccoon gets first.
First calling?
Of course.
That's so bad. So Sean doesn't care. He already called his prediction of who wins.
Get it right. It's the Shant.
I'm sorry, the Sean. But I think this would be amazing if this happened. If these three win, you have Little Miss Raccoon enjoy the victory, let the Bellas leave. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, your girl just decks her in the back with an elbow.
Like money in the bank.
So happy. Hey, I'm still here. I'm going to make your life a living hell. I would love to see Alexa Bliss do that. Because honestly, everyone in the world has said it. When Jim Ross says it himself on his podcast, she is possibly the best heel that the WWE has ever had.
You know what's so funny is that sometimes you catch yourself in the crosshairs because I love her, like as a wrestler, as a person, as an everything. But there are moments, and I will pinpoint one specific moment where she defeated Bayley and she was on the pedestal and she's like, look at all your family, Bayley. Now they have someone who they can look up to. It's like, I love it, but I'm like, man, what a bitch. And for a second, I'm like, Bayley, attack. And I'm like, wait a second, what am I doing here? This is my girl. Why am I giving someone else instructions?
It's because she sells it
She
so
sells
well.
it. She gets you into it. And I'm like,
exactly. And
damn.
you don't really see that nowadays with anyone at all. Like I said, no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's obvious that Team Raccoon is going to win. Let's be honest, because the only thing salvageable in the Riot Squad is Ruby Riott, because Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan have already been the Sonya Deville and the Mandy Rose of Raw, basically just jobbed out. I'm sorry, I love all four girls. I hope that they do something now. If you want to introduce the SmackDown Women Tag Team Championships, this would be the time.
You mean Raw?
Then aren't they going to have one for both?
But you said SmackDown. Granted, this is a Raw match.
Well, I just mean
Oh, okay. No,
Sonya Deville on SmackDown,
okay,
and then Okay. Can we just move on?
Yeah.
I don't want my morning to.
By the way, we do record in the mornings. This is another one.
What?
Another Raw 6-man tag. It's the Dogs of War.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, and the Beast. Or not? No, he's not the Beast.
Careful.
The Monster Among Men. My guy, Braun Strowman, versus the Shield. It's like I can't. I the same way you feel about Raccoon is how I feel about him. It's like you're only getting this push right now because of Seth and Dean. Let's be real.
Did you see Raw last night?
No, but I kind of caught what I've been seeing with Dean, and it's like It's coming. It's slowly
Wait,
coming.
wait. Now, are you buying it? Because
I kinda am.
I'm not.
I kind of am. Just a little bit. Because honestly, I thought about it. I'm like, wait. He has been looking at the team like that for a while now.
But is that what they want you to think?
Possibly.
Because my whole perspective is I think that a turn was supposed to happen early on.
It should have happened when he came back.
But then Raw not doing what it does and thinking about their storylines, just things together.
They had to because it's like, okay, Roman finally gets the belt.
But
no
see,
one's
doesn't
buying
make any
it.
sense.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. No one's buying the fact that he's the champion.
For 4 years.
Exactly. So it's like, what can we do to get him over? Oh, wait. He was good when he had Seth and Dean push him. That's the only way he's going to get over.
But even last year when they pushed him, nobody was buying it.
But that was like, it was like very part-time. That was a very small push compared to the push of this team, of this year's Shield now.
Because Roman came down with diverticular... No, not... Damn it. He came down with... What did he
I
come
forgot.
down with?
I know what you're talking about.
I think it was just a bad case of suffering succotash.
And
And then Dean got his arm injury, so it's like...
But here's the thing. Whatever direction they're finally seeing, it's like, wait, we have something with Dean Ambrose. We can make it come to fruition maybe at Super Showdown or eventually soon. We don't know. But for now, with this matchup, let's be real. If you take Braun and Roman out of it, you still get a good tag team match. Like we did
Hell in a Cell.
at Hell in a Cell. Like,
Yes.
honestly,
Match of the night. Dan and I, we called it. Match of the night.
if I was with you guys for that episode, I would have said the same thing. Because honestly, I was more entertained with that tag match than I was with the main event Hell in a Cell between Roman and Braun. And granted, the Monster Among Men is my favorite right now. I thought that tag match was great because you had Seth and Dean do everything to Dolph and Drew, and it was still not enough. And then just for for Drew to just carry it out in the end and just make sure, they get the win. It's like, this match is possibly the greatest tag match I've seen in years.
And the best part is that nobody saw that. I don't care how much of a fan you are, you did not see that finish coming.
Oh, no.
For a second, I'm like, okay, I'm smelling a curb stomp here and a 1, 2, 3. I don't know why. Like 15 seconds before it ended, I'm like, I'm smelling it. Oh, that's it. 1, 2. He got it. So
it was great. It was the best match I think I've ever seen.
But I've said it before. You are taking a 6-man feud and you're just splitting it up. I said it from day one. And this happened in the main event where you had all 6 men out there all at once fighting around the cell, on top of the cell, falling off the cell. You should have had a 6-man tag team match. Now, granted... That night, if we got the same ending, like Brock Lesnar just coming in and F5ing everyone, it would have been like, okay, there was no point in doing that. But if you had a definitive finish... I think it would have been great.
So, obviously, we're getting that match now, but just without the Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Do you see it this time? Who do you see winning this? If you had to, the Dogs of War or Shield?
If we're going with the pay-per-view for show, it's going to be the Shield.
I would have to go for the Dogs of War because honestly, I love. This is just me saying this, but I love Dolph and Drew together. Drew's time is already coming. He's at the right place at the right time, and yes, he is becoming the right guy. Even if you had to split them apart, Dolph will be fine on his own again. He will. No, he will. But Drew would just skyrocket up.
Yes,
because that man has been so deserving for the last I don't know how many fucking years now. He's paid his dues. I love where Drew is now. He's in a way better place than he has ever been in his career.
100%.
And I love the pairing that they have together. Like I've said sometimes before on this show, they're like Shawn Michaels and Diesel, but just more updated, faster, stronger, and more competitive. I love the Shield as well. Well, 2/3 of it. Whatever they decide to do with Seth and Dean, cool. Go for it.
Anyway. No, yeah, okay. But to give my final prediction, I think that The Dogs of War. Is that what they're being called? Dogs of War?
Soldiers of War, Dogs
Soldiers
of
of
War. One
War.
of the two.
Drew, Dolph, Strowman. I think they need to, because for a good 2 weeks they were destroying the Shield. And usually you're used to the Shield like kicking everyone's ass. So like it was like, oh, this is something new, you know?
It's something exciting. It's like
Yeah.
giving like an actual opponent to the Shield.
To the point where the Shield had to come out with weapons to fend for themselves. And it's like, if they're resorting to that now, psychologically the storyline is, okay, the Shield has to have an equalizer because they keep on getting beat down. But I think either this one would have to be a Drew, Dolph, and Strowman victory, or if we're going with the not real pay-per-views thing, it has to be a no contest, but with chaos. Like I'm talking, announce table gets broken, bodies are like strewed all over the place. Like you need like something impactful.
All right. Moving on to our next match. Back to SmackDown match.
Okay.
Daniel Bryan versus The Miz.
Okay.
This rivalry is now forever continuing even further along its 8-year path. Obviously, we saw the crooked result of SmackDown. Of SummerSlam. We saw what happened at Hell in a Cell. Seeing them fight again on the international scale is great. I've always liked this rivalry. Daniel Bryan has always been someone to put on the show no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
And with The Miz, like The Miz is taking off on a platform, yes, where he's awesome. You know, he's
As a heel, man.
yeah, the
is
guy
he
brings
killing
it. He brings it. I don't care who wins.
Well, see, remember the implication in this match is that whoever wins gets a WWE Championship match. So that kind of leads me to believe, okay, is this just a little side pay-per-view, or are we actually going with full implications here? Because to be honest, I'm like, okay, surprisingly, you're waiting for that one match where Bryan just kicks the Miz's ass and wins. You're waiting for that match.
Is this the match though?
Is it?
If we're going where a title ship opportunity is on the line, I think it finally is. Because
Let's be honest, Bryan's comeback has been...
he said it himself. It's not what he wanted. It's not what he wanted at all.
But the Miz, no matter where he is, he's killing it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
if he doesn't have a
definitely.
championship match, he's going to be relevant on the show, no matter what.
He knows how to sell himself. He's great at promoting himself, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
My thing is, though, if Daniel Bryan wins, I would love to see him go up against AJ Styles.
That would be
It's like, okay, you have two guys that are like right size for each other, right build for each other. You will get the best. Yeah, you will get the best out of these two, no matter what. You'd still get something great with AJ Styles versus The Miz as well, but I don't think it'd be as impactful as it would be with Daniel Bryan versus AJ.
Yeah. Throwing it out there, I want Daniel Bryan to win this match, plain and simply. I love The Miz, as a heel especially, but I think it's right now at a point where it's like, okay, this feud is, okay, we're doing things, but I feel like with the inclusion of Maurice and Brie Bella, it's just an excuse to extend it, because Brie, bless you, like you just came back from having a child, but there were like 2 spots where I'm like, I had to like literally just cringe and I'm like, oh, careful, I had to like cover up. So I think it's about time to give Daniel the W, just because, how long are you going to have Miz cheat and win, So, yeah.
This second to last match is a throwaway. Bobby Lashley and John Cena, the original, versus Elias and Kevin Owens. I have no idea where this Elias Bobby Lashley thing has been going for the last few weeks.
I'm not sure where Bobby Lashley's been going since he came back.
You mean Bob the Builder? Because we all know where his eyebrows went. Far away. But
I wish Roman would go far away.
I wish he wouldn't come back either.
I'm not talking about death. Relax.
Talking about just leaving the WWE.
Yeah.
Go to Impact or whatever it's called now. Global
warming.
Whatever that promotion is. But
I hear they're hiring.
But yeah, Bobby Lashley and John Cena together. I think it's what John Cena is near Australia right now, right? He's like China or Japan or somewhere
I think
filming.
he's in China, yeah.
And granted, we're not going to see the AA because he said he's implied a new finisher to his repertoire.
Terrible.
It's like a bad move out of a Dragon Ball Z
It's like the bad
cartoon.
version of the Cobra.
Yeah. And then this weird team up of Elias and Kevin Owens. Like, here's my take on it. I think the loser out of all this is Kevin Owens.
Yes.
Because he has sold himself so well where he's like, all right, I've been trying my hardest. I've been put up against challenge among challenge among challenge. I tried my best for the Intercontinental title. I quit kayfabe, and now I'm back. I helped the Shield, or I helped the Dogs of War destroy the Shield, but I'm just the guy to do it there to do his job now.
See, again, you want to talk about pulling that trigger too quick. With Kevin Owens, they had you hooked. You know, oh, he quit. Did he really quit? Is he parting ways? Is this kayfabe?
Like, he sold it so well for me. I actually thought, like, wait.
I saw it coming, like, when he was putting the microphone to his lips. I'm like, he's quitting. I was able to...
Like, I saw that coming, too, but it just felt real. Like, wait, I know he just did it, but...
But do you see what destroyed it is that when he was already scheduled for the Super Show match, it's like, okay, you quit, but you're scheduled to wrestle.
Do you think if they took him off the show, but he just arrived in Australia?
That's exactly how you do it. That's exactly how you do it.
I think that would have worked out even better.
Because, I mean, Kevin, it's very weird because he goes from hating Sami Zayn to all of a sudden, oh, him and Sami Zayn are buds. And his whole Raw thing has just been very stale. And, you know, I get it, he's a heel and whatnot, but even a heel from time to time has to stick up for himself.
He's a mid-level heel.
Yeah.
He really is.
We know who's winning this one, as if it wasn't obvious.
I don't even want to say it.
Moving on.
It's the last time ever, now with some added stipulations. So we did preview this rivalry a few episodes back on the podcast, but this time we have a lot more to focus on. The Undertaker versus Triple H.
Wait.
Now, it's not just one-on-one. Granted, the match is, but they're not alone. The Undertaker will have his brother of destruction, Kane,
And
by
Mayor.
his side. And the mayor of
Knoxville?
And then Triple H has the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, on his side.
You gotta talk about this because am I smelling a one more match type of deal out of Shawn?
One, maybe two.
You're going on record of maybe two.
He might have two. He might have one with somebody that he did discuss this with on Table for Three.
AJ?
Yeah. But it won't be for a championship. It'll just be a match to have. So The Undertaker cut a promo on Labor Day, I believe it was, a few weeks back.
So, yeah.
And
He tore into him.
and Shawn Michaels, was at the building too that night.
Yep.
And let's be real, The Undertaker really did. I don't think this was a shoot. I don't think this was planned or scripted. I think he genuinely told him, are you retired because you're happy or because you're afraid?
You think this wasn't scripted?
I think it wasn't. I think The Undertaker really wanted to lay into Shawn.
Well, he did.
But that was the final knockout punch to all the haymakers The Undertaker was throwing at him.
And you think about Shawn Michaels, the guy that's always been the guy with attitude and has always been the guy to say fuck you to your face. You can tell Shawn, he's trying to back off, he's trying to not engage, but The Undertaker just keeps on reeling him in.
Oh, and then he hooked him.
That slow turn that he does where he's like, is it fear? And you see that slow turn by Shawn, I'm like, oh my God.
Like Shawn's either ready to super kick you or he's ready to tell you no, it's not fear. And
so
I don't know where that went, but I loved it.
One thing, just Shawn, grow out your hair if you have your match. I can't. When he has the hat on, you're not. It's not really distinguishable.
Oh yeah, the haircut killed me.
But I'm like, if you're coming back, please grow the hair again.
Even if it's short.
Even if it's 2002, bad tights, mediocre hair type of deal, just grow it out.
I think The what Undertaker did was amazing. He pulled it out of him to be like, I know you have one left in you. I know you do. And I know you want to prove a point. But you never will if it's me.
God,
and that was so great.
About it.
It's great. And I've said it on record, like, I've always been a fan of The Undertaker. Shawn Michaels is my number one guy.
There you go.
You know, Triple H has always been a favorite of mine as well. Now we're adding Kane into the mix as well. Like, Kane doesn't have to wrestle. He doesn't. Him being at Super Showdown for the side of The Undertaker, it's not like a gimme, like, oh, we want to include him in our history. But these four together have worked together for almost a good 15 years.
You think about...
They've all had great rivalries
that just
with each other and against each other.
The first ever Hell in a Cell. All four of those guys were in there in some type of capacity.
Granted, Triple H didn't participate in the match. He was still on Shawn Michaels' side as the Generation X.
Yep.
That was the first time we ever saw Kane in the WWE.
That's gotta be Kane.
Where where Glenn Jacobs is finally in a good character and he's not a horrible dentist. Isaac Yankem.
DDS. Wait, you thought that was bad? Fake Diesel.
Oh God. Oh God. Kane, what were you thinking?
Anyways, well, hey, he wasn't Kane at that time, so you know.
But you know what I mean.
Okay.
Having these four together is the best thing.
$1 million question: who's winning the match? And is there shenanigans or no shenanigans?
No, it won't be shenanigans. The reason why,
at all.
No, there will be, but it won't be like funny, goofy, stupid shenanigans. It will.
No, I'm talking like interference.
Oh no, that's what
whatever.
I mean. But it's gonna be interference on the same level as Hell in a Cell. Their last Hell in a Cell.
Man, that super kick into the pedigree.
Like, I thought, okay, The Undertaker's done.
I thought that's
1,
it.
2, the streak. Oh my God, he kicked out.
And you see Shawn.
He's like, damn it.
Oh, man.
And I think that was Shawn's moment of like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I think that's what clicked in Shawn's head. That like, I can't do this anymore. I can't even. I can't even give the win to Triple H.
Even when he tries.
And The Undertaker still has the better of me. I think that's what did it for Shawn to stop. But again, it's The Undertaker going into Shawn's head like, you're afraid. You're in fear. So, oh man, I don't care who wins.
Really?
But if I have to pick, I think Triple H gets the W. I think this time Triple H cements it, puts him down, and gets the victory. And it would be a good way to do it that way because it's like, okay, if we really want to look back in their history, The Undertaker has had Triple H's number for a while.
100%.
Regardless, like you can even take out the WrestleMania matches.
He still has a number.
Mm-hmm. The Undertaker is still the victor of the rivalry. But I think this time Triple H gets the better.
You, out of everyone, know I'm a very big Undertaker guy, but this is the one time where I'm like, okay, if the dead man's got to lay down for this time, so be it. But I feel like when you bring the Shawn Michaels and the Kanes into the match,
you're gonna have a show.
You're leading to something here because you wouldn't just bring those two back just to casually stand at ringside. Oh, he won. Okay, let me go raise his hand. You know, it's not going to be that type of a deal. Especially with that promo, man. I'm telling you, like, Undertaker just tore into him. And I loved it, every second of it.
Who do you see this winning it?
I think this one we're going to have to give to Triple H. But if it's tainted...
What way can you taint it?
Like, Shawn, like, ref is down. Shawn comes in, does a sweet chin music to Taker and pedigree, and Triple H wins the match.
No, but I think if that's the case, Undertaker kicks out again. I think he does. He kicks out again. They're both down. Triple H slowly gets back up. Kane comes in. Chokeslam to hell to both of them. Let the Undertaker pin Triple H. Still a 2 count. You can do the shenanigans, but not end the match that way.
But the final moments have got to be just them.
The final moment should just be them, and you should just have The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels and Kane just, at that point, just both be in shock outside, like, we just got to let them do it.
Yeah.
We can't even help them to win, so it has to be on them now.
Because if you think about it, and within the last couple of years, anytime Shawn has been in Triple H's corner, the Sting match at WrestleMania, the Brock Lesnar match at WrestleMania, Shawn had a role to play in both of those matches where he tried to interfere, where he did interfere, you know. So I'm like, this one, it's got to be as pure as it could possibly be.
I think all four of these guys know that. And they will try to keep it as genuine and as pure as they can. So yeah, I'm going with Triple H.
Triple H.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens. There you go, guys. We just previewed WWE Super Show-Down, which you can catch on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable but very reasonable price of only $9.99. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and we will see you all next time.